Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is August the 3rd. Whew, can you believe it? We're already in August. It's crazy, right? Yeah. So anyway, do you ever find yourself going down a rabbit hole? Yes, I do. Do you see something fun that you just can't pass up? Yeah, me too. Do you see that next project, that next fabric, and you get that twinkle in your eye and you just can't pass it up? Yeah. Let's talk control or lack thereof. It's called going down the rabbit hole. And Lord knows I've been doing that a lot here lately. Trying to find my purpose, trying to find my sojo, trying to just be. Life throws you so many curves along the way. And we got to figure it out, right? So anyway, Joe wanted me to say, if you're interested in the pattern that we kicked off on Friday night, he has not checked the email yet this morning, but he's still getting some requests. So if you're interested in that pattern, it's a free one till September the 1st. Feel free to email at donna@handmadebyying.com and he will email you that. So if he can drop the email link for you in the chat, you'll also have that. Got something exciting. I was looking at my cell phone about 3:30 this morning. Can you believe it? 3:30. The wheels are already turning, right? Yeah. 65 days, guys. 65 days to the Tennessee retreat. Let the countdown begin, right? Yeah. So over the next month or so, I'm going to start working on the back end, getting things sorted, getting things packed up, and all of the goodness. But let me slip into the chat real quick and welcome everyone that's here today. And I want to tell Dave, first and foremost, thank you for opening the Zoom up yesterday. Life threw us a curve on the back end and we rolled with it. And today looks like a work day to play catch up. Michelle's in the house. Good morning. Patricia Arbuckle. Good morning. I'm off to church, but I'll catch you when I get home. Love and hugs. Thank you, sweetheart. Melissa's in the house. Day is welcoming everyone. Michelle's welcoming everyone. Yeah, we will open up the Zoom again today. I'll be on all day long working. So if y'all, any of the squirrels would like to come join, please feel free to do so. If you would like to join the paid channel membership, go to the main page, look at how to do that. Click the button. We appreciate the love and support. Let me see. Nayanetta, good morning. Alive and still kicking. I'm just knitting on my sister's sweater. That sounds fun. Day. I'll be finishing up 2 baby quilts, the border with their FPP names, and getting them ready to sandwich and quilt. That girl was knocking them out yesterday, buddy. I was sitting there all jelly belly. I was jonesing, you know? Let me see. Here we go. Yes. Good morning, Teddy Crafts. Amy C., good morning, everyone. I can't believe I'm awake to catch a live. Me either. Iris L8 is in the house. Good morning, good morning. Joy, good morning, Donna and Joe. I'm trying to go slow so I don't miss anybody. And if I do, I am always sorry because it's not on purpose. Candace is in the house. Yay. Kitty Crafts, Debt-Free Quilter. Hey, Heather. Please show some love for my moderators. Fill that chat up with a lot of hearts today for them. They go above and beyond for me, and I couldn't be more happy. They treat me so good. Zaza's in the house. I know it jumped and I can't help it. Giovanna's in the house. Let me see. Andrea's in the house. He wanted to pick up and I had to fix breakfast for the other minions. Awesome. Good job, Heather. Brenda's in the house. So anyway, anybody that knows me knows my moderators, especially Heather and Day. They are always giving me that word of the day. They're sending me that challenge. Aphasia is a very hard thing to deal with, and I deal with it, and God love them. If I text them a message, sometimes it comes in backwards. If I write it backwards, then I have Joe transcribe it into an email for anybody. That's the way my brain works. So if I ever email you and it looks funny, print it and hold it up to a mirror and you'll understand what I'm trying to tell you. And I'm really getting better at it. But I've been reading a lot on the back end the last few days, like when I'm not up here working, and one of my subscribers mailed me this. And it's called Threads of Encouragement. And I've been reading it, and they're true stories that really do warm the hearts. And they're all just little tiny stories from the guide post, if that makes sense. When I get finished, I think I'm going to pay this forward to somebody because it really, really has so much goodness to it. But this one story stuck out to me, and I want to read it. And you're going to get where I'm going with this here in a second. It's called a quilting cure. I have to hold my hand so I can do this. I'm going way out of my comfort zone this morning, but it's only a few pages, so bear with me. Strokes don't hurt, at least mine didn't. I woke up one bright June morning in 1999 to the sound of the radio and the smell of bacon that my husband Ed was frying in the kitchen. I felt a little groggy, but not much worse than usual before I get to that first cup of coffee. I threw off my big, warm, handmade quilt, pulled on my robe, and went downstairs. Just as I stepped into the kitchen, the phone rang. I grabbed it before Ed could answer. "Hello," I said, trying to sound cheerful, but something else came out, and in my mind, was that my voice? I thought the words sounded strange and garbled. Maybe I'm still dreaming. Judy, the person on the other end, asked, apparently a little confused as I was, "Is that you?" I opened my mouth to answer, but I couldn't get anything out. I turned to Ed, trying to call for help. Like in a nightmare, my lips were moving, but nothing was coming out. Ed rushed me to the hospital. I collapsed in the emergency room. I hadn't been dreaming. The doctor informed us I'd had a stroke and there was some damage. It could have been much worse, the doctor said, trying to reassure me, because Ed got you here so quickly, you have a good chance of a full recovery. It'll take you a lot of time and a lot of therapy. I moved my spot. But you should recover and consider yourself very lucky. Lucky, she thought. Yeah, right. I was so self-sufficient, so independent, a girl that could do anything. Anything at all. I could crack a joke and tell a story with the best of them. Our house was always clean and tidy and decorated with the most awesome handmade things. My hand-sewn quilts had won many prizes, and I exhibited them all over the place. Inside, I felt same as ever, roaring to go, but outside was so much different. I lost all the power of speech, and when I did, it came out all jumbled. My right arm and leg didn't work like I wanted it to. Yes, physical therapy was my best hope, my best progress, and it was going to be slow. I had to learn how to walk and how to balance step by step, just like a baby toddler. Learning to speak again, using some word associations to remember some words. If I forget something as simple as the word apple, I would repeat in my mind fruit, round color red over and over in my mind until it stuck. At 6 months, I started to really notice big improvement, but I still had to stop mid-sentence sometimes and group for words. I was maddling is what they called it, aphasia. After a year, I missed going to grocery store on my own. I was still struggling to do things like remember phone numbers and do emails. Never mind quilting, and that was my passion. Judy, you're not going to get better overnight, her husband reminded her. You have to be patient. You need to pray for patience. I knew that recovery took time. It was just that I expected it to be like a snap, and it didn't happen that way. I'd been working so hard. Lord, I've been patient, haven't I? And I would pray hard every day. My physical therapist recommended I try needlework to improve my fine motor skills. But let me tell you, bleeding all over everything, not able to hold a needle, you can't pinch like you want, and I pricked my fingers just like a pin cushion. I threw that square straight in the trash and said, I'll never do that again. You know, tempers flare after a stroke. So bear with whoever the caregiver is. One day, my best friend Sharon dropped by. How's the needlework going, she said. And I said, well, hit the trash with the needle and the thread. I was all I could do. Just fine. Tight-lipped. Maybe you should start quilting again, she went on. I'm using one of those fancy machines, a TL2010Q. Isn't that funny? That's my machine. They perform much better than the old ones did. You see, there's going to be a quilt festival in Houston in a few months. Why don't you come along with me? I stole a glance at my useless hands. Maybe, I told Sharon, but I knew I wouldn't go. I couldn't get her invitation to the quilt festival out of my head, but it gave me purpose. It gave me something to look forward to, but God knows I was scared. I still had trouble telling my left from my right, and it will probably be that way forever. How could I ever make it through an airport or navigate a strange city? I would need to see those quilts regardless. If you're a quilter, you know what it's like. You want to see them and examine in your mind everything. She told her husband, and he urged her to go. No question about it, but I didn't know if I'd ever be able to quilt again. You'll never know, wife, if you don't try. The next time Sharon stopped by, she got up the courage to tell her she'd go. I was a little worried about the plane trip, but she arranged everything. How would I be able to keep up conversations? She told me not to worry about it. Words will come out when they come out, and I joked with her, and she joked with me, and that's the way we communicate. Before I knew it, we were landing in Houston. Chatting with you is some kind of speech therapy, she said, and that's the way I feel about my girls. At the festival, every wall was decorated with the unbelievable quilts, designs, intrigue I hadn't known because I had never been to one. As soon as I got back home, I talked to my husband, and he bought me the same machine as my friend. And before you know it, Ed was like, we're pulling your fabric and you're going to start again. We can swing it, and you're going to do it. I haven't seen you this excited in ages. You just talked 15 minutes without a pause in a word of excitement about quilting. You're going to do it, he said. So he went to Memphis a few days later, picked up that fancy machine and brought it home. She had wrote a pattern called Cat's Pattern all by herself. The moment she turned that machine on, he had it set up and ready to go. It ran smoother than anything she had ever had. Even though with shaky hands, it was to follow a pattern. She worked late into the nights and her brain would tire and she would sleep. She would even just lay the pieces on the dining room table and in the living room. Before you know it, she had constructed her first quilt since she entered it into the next quilt show and took a best of show. And for that, she gave God all the glory. So you need to take the big things like quilting and use it as therapy. More help, more time, more patience. But believe me, it's all worth it. Put your faith in God. And that hit home when I read that yesterday, and I've read it like 4 or 5 times since. And it was just something that I wanted to make sure I shared with you guys. And what a better way to do that. I know people say, you don't want to share this, you don't want to do that. Well, that one hit home with me and resonated, so I wanted to share that little story. My therapist and everybody was so empowering in telling me, read out loud, read to your husband, read to your grandkids, do this, do that. And I want to tell you all from the bottom of my heart, without each and every one of you, and I call my moderators my dream team, but especially Day, Heather, and Janine, that challenged me. And I am so grateful. And I am so blessed by each one of you. So that's what I wanted to do with you guys today. So let me get back to what I was trying to say, but I want to slip into the chat and I want to show you just a couple things. I think you're going to understand how this silly mind works. Is this Donna's diary? No. It's not. It was a book, Kathy, and I'm telling you, it was really powerful. It hit me like a ton of bricks. It's a book that someone sent her with encouraging stories. Yes. I tell you what, it hit him like a ton of bricks, because when you hit that wall of, it's not like self-pity, it's just like you hit a wall, and it's like, we knew it was going to come someday. You just lose your sojo. You just can't figure out what you want to do. So that one, when I read it, I kept rereading it and practicing it. When I first read it, I was doing right to left, and it made sense in my head. And then I was like, snap to it. You have to lay your hand there and remember left to right. So then that time it came in really clear. What is the sewing machine that Donna uses? I am using a Juki TL 2010Q. Now that's what resonated with me, because as soon as I got out of the hospital, Joe had already set up our dining room. He moved stuff downstairs for me. And he was like, well, you can just sit there and talk to the girls. So if you go back to last April, May, June-ish area, you'll see what I'm talking about in some of the videos. But Joe made sure that I was online all the time. We kept things going, and you guys, you helped me a lot. And I am really grateful. And it's just been amazing. Sharing helps others going through the same thing. Absolutely. Yep. Wonderful story. Thank you. Read to those crazy people on YouTube. Absolutely. If you don't mind, I'd try it. Thanks for reading that to us. And if you look at a year ago, I couldn't have done that. So, like, when I want to wallow in self-pity, I'm not working like I used to, and I'm not fast enough like I used to be. That, when I looked at our video last night, I was sitting there, I was like, Delight, come on. It could have been so much worse. Get off your butt, pull up your bootstraps, and figure out what you want to be when you grow up. Get back into the swing of things. Will I ever be as fast as I was? Probably not. But I'm okay with that. I'm going to enjoy the journey. Sewing has pulled me through so many seasons. Yeah, and it's not just when you're sick. It's like when you're stressed. What do you go to? You go to what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what gives you purpose. And it's unique, you know? All of the You gotta let me do it. He tells me the word when he sees me struggle. I love him. Accomplishments you have made are such an encouragement to me. You should write a book. Oh, Lord, no. It would all be backwards, and you would have to figure it out. We would have to I'd have Heather or somebody name that puppy. Don't call your mind silly. It's unique, not silly. Absolutely. Can I get the email to get the free pattern? Not sure I sent. Yeah. Yes, it's Joe. She's asking you to give her the email. Can you type that in? Oh, okay. Yeah, he didn't understand. Yeah, it's Donna at handmadebying.com, but he's going to drop the link. Let me see. I want to make sure I not miss it. Well, okay. Go ahead. It's okay. There you go. You might not be as fast as you were, but you are still sewing and creating beautiful things. Amen to that. Thank you. My BFF years ago had a mini stroke, and she had to learn a lot. I got really good at deciphering her text. She ended up taking up quilting as well. Awesome. I'm going to shut my mouth off so Joe can get that link in there. No, go ahead, baby. So anyway, thank you guys for being so amazing. Thank you guys for making a difference in our lives. Day and I was talking the other day, and stuff keeps getting piled on, you know, and it's just like one thing after another. And I was thinking about that yesterday, you know, and I was like, you know, what doesn't break us is going to make us stronger. And the obstacles that we have to overcome and they get put in front of us, there's a purpose. We don't understand it, but there's a purpose. Whether it's to cut people out of our lives, whether it's to build new friendships, whether it's to aim you in a different direction, a different path. We don't know. But what a good way to, I'm not saying the stroke was a good way, but it's one of those seasons. That's the word I was looking for, a season. This is not going to last forever. Harper is doing better. She's on her Make-A-Wish trip this weekend. And they left yesterday, and they're in, what is it called? They're in the Key West right now, and she's currently swimming with the dolphins this morning. That was her wish. She wants to swim with the dolphins. So I call that a win. And over the next few days, you'll see pictures being posted on her page. And I'll snag some of them and share it also. You still out, so most of us. You're too funny. Zaza, she is still faster than the rest of us. No, you're too funny. My BFF years ago had, okay, I read that one. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. So anyway, when I get into one of these, I'm going to call it like a funk, you know? And I'm sure you guys get in them too. Have you ever, like, I talked about this a few weeks back. I could feel this coming on, you know? It's like you hit the wall. You don't want to sew, but you want to create. You don't want to cut fabric, so you buy a kit. Your ruler slips, so you buy a different one. You trying to find your sweet spot back in your happy place, right? Yeah. Joe's been after me since my stroke. He wanted to move the long arm down to our dining room because, honestly, we use it 2 times a year. Everybody can stand and eat when they come for Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? So we are going to go under a little bit of a mini reno, clearing out, freshening up, and between now and we get the answers from his biopsy, the goal would be to have that area ready, the long arm down there, and then I'll be able to do some stuff downstairs as well, so he can be up here working. Or if I just don't want to come up that day, I'll have my projects for the long arm down there, and I will bring my stand down and I'll bring you along. I really have a passion to show you ruler work. And we're going to figure out a way that we can do that. And Joe's the mastermind of all that, but it will happen. It's just going to be a process. And yesterday I squirrel a lot. You want to make something, but you don't know what you want. Yeah, it's like that. And I call it the funk. I don't know what anybody else calls it. You get excited when you see your friends. I'm going to use this as example. Debbie over in Quilt Fact had showed a project that she had been working on. And I was feeling this funk coming on. You know, when you're OCD and you fight those battles, it's like, I'd rather clean than sew. I'd rather organize than I was in a bad spot. And if you can't tell, I've ripped everything out of here, reorganized, reinventoried, did the cabinets, the whole 9 yards. So it's one of those. It's you're fighting, you're in battle, and it's stress that brings it on. But this one here, Debbie had showed it, and it's called Lady of the Lake block. And I just thought, boy, that's going to be so pretty. Let me do it this way, because that way you get the full picture. Look at all that movement. So I bought the pattern. Marty, get off of it. Marty, get down. Joe, you kill me. But is that not cool? And I liked the movement of it. I liked thinking outside of the box. Am I going to do it in blues? Do you think it would be neat to do it in a different colorway? There's 3 blocks down this way, 3 this way. You could almost do it like a checkerboard, you know? When I go down a rabbit hole, I take someone else's pattern and I'm sitting there thinking, ooh, this would look nice here. Ooh, let's do this. So I'm not going to touch this particular one yet. And then, of course, you can't stop at one squirrel, right? No. I saw this, it's called All In Crafts. If you haven't checked it out on your Facebook, you need to. This is so stinking cute. And dang, man, it's simple. Look at this. If you like butterflies or you want to make a baby quilt, a quilt for a nursing home, a quilt for a grandkid, it's like HSTs, and then you border it out in 5-inch blocks or 2.5s. So it just keeps your mind going. And yes, I'm squirreling a lot. Joe's sitting here going, you'll never make them all. Donna, moving the long arm sounds perfect. I just eliminated a spare bedroom for the same reason. Never have anyone stay or visit to use it. What I will use it every day. Absolutely love the blue. Maybe, ooh, what's that word? I want to say it right. Gradient? Gradient. Gradient. Cool. That would be cool. I've been in a funk lately, but I've been cleaning out of my house and reorganizing. So that's good. Yes. Donna, you have came so far since last summer. All your hard work. I gotta see this. Candace. Donna, you've came so far since last summer. All of your hard work shows, and you are so happy that you didn't give up because you bring so much to our lives. You're going to make me cry. Yeah, I've never been a quitter, and I'm not going to start now. That would hurt my eyes. I just think it's just so not funky, but the sky's the limit. A pattern is just that. It's a pattern, and you can change it up. But this is by Robert Kaufman, and it's going to finish 70 by 70. It's just something fun. Am I ever going to make it? I hope so. but I can't guarantee because I've been on this kick of buying just a little bit without Joe knowing, trying to find what brings me joy. That butterfly would make a really cute baby quilt. I think so. What's the name of the butterfly pattern? Hold on. It's it is, I found it on the Facebook, but go to the Crafty Culture, Culture. And the name of the group, All in Crafts. And I saw that and I was just like, that is just so stinking cute. And it's not a hard pattern. I love butterflies. Me too. That butterfly, yes, I read that. What's the name? I did that. Brenda, I did that and had more people staying in the following 6 months than in the, yes. Word of the day. Okay. This, hold on. I have to figure out how to say that. S-U-R, first, left to right. Thursimus. I can't say that. I can do S's real well. Find me another word. I'll take a new word for $1. I pass. Gotta run. Have a great day. You too, Carrie. Thanks for hopping in. Hi, Joyce. Welcome. Mona's at the house. Thank you, Mona, for hopping in. I was watching your video yesterday. If I'm downstairs and watching you on the TV, I can't do the checking. Is the email supposed to be coming up in the blue so I can click on it? No, you'll have to type it, I'm sure. Joe will drop it one more time and we see. But you'll have to write pattern, and that way it will get out to you after the live today. So anyway, I'm not playing when I'm telling you, when you get in that funk, right? Then I was over at Karen Brown's last night and lurking and working. It cost. A cost? Okay. And lo and behold, she had a pattern. What's up with this? It's called the Lemonade version 2.0. You can make it as scrappy as you want, but she did 2 colorways. And look at this. This is a free pattern over on Karen Brown's. Just Get It Done Quilts. And I'm telling you what, it's either 2 jelly, a baby quilt, it says, is 1 jelly roll. A throw is 1.5. Twin infos, you need 2. So I think that looks really funky, right? And these are not ones I would normally pick by any means. Donna, do you still have any of the legit kits for sale? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I have just a few left. I have the Foal in the Mare. It's a 60 by 80. Ursula Minor Major, 60 by 80. I have David Front, David Back, about 60 by 80. Old School Rules, and a Tree Frog. And after that, all the others I'm keeping. But once I get this off of my shelf, I'm going to be going through my Violet Craft patterns, and then I'm decluttering. I'm getting a jump on January is what I'm doing. I need this space. Wow, think of that in a rainbow. Ooh, that would look pretty. Heather, did you get my email? Yeah, you got that one right. Yay. I got in a funk last night, wound up cutting a bunch of scraps you sent me. Who sent you, Heather? I don't understand. People saying they're getting mail. You know, and I just don't get it. Heather, I should have 2 baby quilts finished and ready for today. Yes. Wow. Think of that. Yes, definitely rainbow. That's going to be fun. And then I also got this one. When I'm telling you I'm in one of these funks, in one of these spirals, I found this tilda. Not tilda. Tilda. Now, is that not beautiful? Joe's shown me on the table. If I'd have held it up, I'd have been beating him with it. So excited to get my deer in lion kits. They should be coming. You're going to love it. And I do appreciate you guys helping me out with those. I need to make some baby quilts. Yes. Yes, Joyce, I added you to the chat. Thank you. Is that not a pretty, it's all speckled, but when you stand back and look at it, does that not look like a flower? An embroidered flower? And it's all in just the placements. You could do this, like I said, it's just a template and your row numbers. I just think it's cool. Am I going to make it? Not a clue. But I wanted to find something that was going to bring me out of this funk. Quite pretty. Yes. I was looking at that same one in there, like several thousand pieces. Yeah, it's a lot. And then for Heather's project that she's going to be kicking off in September, when we close out the blog of the week, I want to say this right. That is going to wrap up. I think we have 4 weeks left, and then it's done. I need everybody that's sewing them. Soon as you're done, I'll have Day or Heather make us a album. And I really want to showcase all of everybody's quilts. It needs to be a flimsy. You don't have to get it to the long armor. I just lay it flat and let's get it done. And I think it'll be beautiful. So anyway, let me show you. I think this will be really, really pretty. I have to turn it the right way. I'm trying to decide. Heather said she gave us a little bit of information, not a lot. But that's a woodpecker. To be exact, a red-headed woodpecker. It's a focus fabric. And I just kind of think that I might decide to do something with this or in my center of Heather's project for that sew along, because I need to have some kind of calmness before the storm of everything. So I think it's going to be pretty. I want to incorporate, like she said, there's going to be bonus blocks. She's not even spilling the tea with all of us. This is the best kept secret. So if you want to be a part of that sew along for Heather, email and it's going to be amazing. Heather, can you drop your email for your sew along, please? And from time to time, I'm going to bring you over here and we're going to talk. I'll sneak Heather out of the house and tell her to get you the porch. That way, I can, how I want to say, pluck her brain, maybe once a month, because it's a 6-month project. I have to look. I don't have that pattern. I've got it over in the long arm. But it's going to be cool. And yes, it's deadfreequilter@gmail.com. Hit that if you want the month. She's going to drop the pattern. Email if you need. Otherwise, you're going into the group. And yeah, pick your brain. Yes, the little bit that you have left, Heather. So do we need a panel with Heather sew along? No. No. Heather will tell you the logistics. I'm trying to decide. I just wanted to incorporate a animal. And I know it sounds silly. I wasn't sure if I was going to do like a hummingbird. I wanted something because I wanted to pull these colors, pull from my scraps. That way I have to have some rhyme or reason, or it will drive me crazy, and I won't finish. So let me see. There are several ways to do the center. Yes. And Heather will explain. Maybe we'll do a little kickoff party. Heather will, maybe when she kicks it off each month, maybe she can do like a 1 minute little video or 2 minute thing, and we'll drop it over here. She'll have it on her channel telling you, get ready, grab this many of this, grab this many of this, you know? I don't know. Is that cross stitch pattern turned into a quilt? What, the tilde one? Let me fold this up. But I talked to Heather and Day, and I was like, I need to have something that's going to ground my brain, that I'll be able to do this scrappy project. And that's what I come up with. It may end up, I just chopped the woodpecker's head off and incorporated in a block, but I needed to have some rhyme or reason to the way I was going to do mine. So that did arrive yesterday, and it's called Focus on the Fabric. They have so many fun things. So yeah. So we did kick off my pattern, and it's going really well. And I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Organized, scrappy is completely fine. Thank you. Mine will have to be organized, scrappy, because I just can't do scrappy. Joyce, I'm with you. I want to go out of my comfort zone. I'm finding I'm able to explore the option. That's about as far as you're getting out of me. She sent me some beautiful scraps, Day. Oh, you're so sweet, Heather. So anyway, if you were here Friday night, you got homework from the pattern that I kicked off. And I went ahead and did my homework. I have all my blocks completed. I made 31 of them, and it took me about an hour and a half. So please come to the table with your homework done Friday nights, because we're going to work on the next piece of this project, and it's going to be fun. People have gotten the pattern for next week, because we did the whole pattern. We sent you everything. They're having trouble figuring out how to get these in. That's what my focus will be on Friday night, showing you that. And I'll have the table cleared off as much as I can and show you different ways that you can turn these blocks. The pattern is just that. It's a pattern. It's a way that you can turn the blocks, and so many different designs will come out of it. You have the blocks, stick with the right number, and you can create and do whatever you wish with it. I will ask you to email me a picture of your quilt as a flimsy, because Joe and I are curious. You can only use 2 fabrics, and that's our payback for the free pattern. Send us a picture of your flimsy. And no, I have only done 1. I have all that sewing to do, so I've been a little bit busy. Let me see. Mine will have to be organized, because I read that. Yeah. I don't know who Heather's talking about. She's delusional. I missed a lot of lives. It's okay, Giovanna. As long as you're okay, that's all that matters. So also, I'm working on 2 legit kits at the same time. Pull them down. It's the jackalope with horns and without. So what do you think of that? This, I'm calling it a double take, because each block I'm doing the same block 2 times, with the exception of this 6-pack up here. Everything else is the same. So I have to, let me see, where am I on it? I'll just do this. I have that one done, that one's done, that one's done, that one's done. 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 That one. That one. That one. That one. This will tell me how many more blocks I need to do today, because I am only building the fabric on. I am not putting the blocks together. I might do an impromptu to show you guys. Yeah, I have 6 more blocks. 1, 2, 4, 5. So I have 10 more blocks to do, and my goal would be to get these done today. Will I? I'm not sure, but I'm going to give it my best shots. Oh, I like that. I'm from Texas, so I really like the jackalope. Awesome, Betty. Awesome. Someone had said about the tree frog. Send an email to the business email, and I'll have Joe forward that to my personal one, and I will message you back. And if you're interested in that, that'll go out in the mail tomorrow. I have to go for some labs in the morning, so I'll do it when I go out. It needs to go to America's Funniest Home Video when she's done. What do you mean? What do you mean? You're too silly, Heather. She's crazy silly. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's live. I believe Donnell's going to be going live.
Got 10 minutes.
Okay. Oh, Joe wants me to keep talking and talking and talking. I'm working on, let me see. I picked the colors for, I'm going to take before and after of my dining room and kitchen. Because if I'm going to rip the house apart, why not do both at once, right? But I'm having the cabinets refaced, and taking the kitchen from a sage green to a white and giving it that brightness. Thinking about taking the the ceiling fan. There's a ceiling fan that's been there for like 15 years, so I probably want to change that out. I'll be going live in 5 minutes late. Whoa, wait a minute.
What?
You slept in. She was out partying too long last night. Brenda.
Yeah, a bunch of people's going to be over there waiting on her to wake up.
Shavin. Brenda Shavin. Okay. I wrote that down, and that's for Tree Frog. And if that's the one she wants, I'll get that out tomorrow. If anybody else wants these last ones, please let me know. Because they're after tomorrow. I'll hold them if anybody wants them. But I'm going to move on and go through. Once I get this legit kit done, I'm going to go through patterns that I'm not using and going to unload them as well. Let me see. My kitchen needs a lot of work. The floor and the cabinets look terrific. One thing at a time. First goal is get rid of all the junk. I get it. Did Joe get the email yesterday or the day before about the kits? Joyce? He didn't send me anything. Joe, did you see anything from Joyce?
I'll have to look after the live.
She said she sent it yesterday and the day before.
Probably seen it.
JKLEINAC. All right. Do me a favor, resend the email because it could have went into spam or something. And from there, I'll give you my personal email. I don't want to put it out on the channel. That way we can message back and forth. Yes, thanks, Donna. Got it. All right. So, Donnell's going to be late. Go figure, right? Not that girl. So let me see. I have the penny quilt that I'm going to be doing, but I want to get with Day on that one because I really want to see the one that was gifted to her at our last retreat. I want to see that picture one more time and it give me an idea of the color waves that I want to go on that one. And then I'm doing the double feather star. I think that would be good. Okay. Thank you, Joyce. I appreciate it. Let me see. I'm trying to look up here. The rainbow stars, my goal is to get that done for next year to enter that. And then I also want to do a double bar jello jewel. So those are projects that's coming up. But I want to wrap up this one. I've already completed mine. Yes, Donna, I did another penny quilt. I'll send you that picture too. Thank you, Candace. Come on to the Zoom after I go off, Candace. I'll pick your brain on that pattern, and then you'll understand why I need to figure it out. Let me see. Everybody's going to be taking a nap. No, Giovanna is. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. We're going to dump you on over to Donnell's. And I'm going to get stitching on these last blocks for my legit kit because I really want to get them all, the skin on them today. That's my goal. Get that done today. All right? And take care. God bless. I'll see you back tomorrow night. And I'll figure out what project I'm going to do tomorrow night. Yeah. I think I'm going to work on my Michigan project. So I really want to work on that one, I think. So I'll have Joe do a thumbnail on that one for tomorrow. And it's just going to be a fun one. And you don't have to do it in Michigan. You can do it in Maryland. You can do it in so many different ways. So I'm going to show you some tips, tricks, and strategies along the way. You guys take care. Have a great Sunday. Head off to church and be good to each other. I'll see you again real soon. Our Squirrel Zoom will be open for the day. So if you're a paid channel subscriber, you have the link. See you again real soon. Bye-bye, guys.